Hey guys, happy Saturday morning. It's lovely out there today, really beautiful, blue skies, sunshine, no wind, no rain, a little frost, a little bit frosty, but it's lovely. So we've just been down to the allotment to do a little bit of filming. I specifically wanted to get down there with the camera just to show you the allotment space, what's growing already, what the plans are. So please watch the video that follows now, and I hope you enjoy it and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye for now. Hey, good morning everybody. So it's Saturday morning, it's about 8:30 and we're down at the allotment. So there's Paul walking in front of me, and as you can see, it is a beautiful, beautiful morning. It's very cold. There's Ealing Hospital in the distance, the eyesore that is Ealing Hospital. And here we are at our biggest plot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we're going to be growing. And see how we get on. So Paul, you're going to tell us what you've planned, because you've done the plan.
What we're going to be doing.
Well,
now I've done the plan.
Yeah, you've done the plan, what we're going to be doing.
So this bed here,
Okay.
which is deeper than the next one.
So it's deeper. Okay.
It's twice as deep.
Okay.
Two panels rather than everyone else, which has got one.
Okay.
This year is going to be for parsnips and some deep-rooted carrots.
Okay.
These are, all of this when we took it over was like the grass is at the moment.
Yeah.
It was a communal area where there was a shed here, which was the communal shed for the allotment, and that has been moved over to a different area so that this became a growing space.
Yeah.
So this became our second plot. So each of these raised beds has got a framework with cardboard at its base, straight on top of the grass or straight on top of the ground, and then it's been filled up with compost over the last few months. So this one is going to be parsnips and carrots for this year.
So just take a quick look at that. I don't know whether you can see that, but yeah.
And this compost is very light, which parsnips and carrots like. It doesn't like compost that's too manure, too rich, because that makes the parsnips and the carrots fork, i.e. split. And then this bed is going to have some brassicas in it. It's going to have cauliflower, and it's going to have some chard down that side.
Lovely. Cauliflower, my favourite.
So cauliflower, it doesn't matter how high that goes. The sun comes in over here and goes right around to us. So all of these get good sun throughout the day.
Well, isn't cauliflower quite hard to grow?
Yeah, we'll see how it works.
Are you just doing bog standard white cauliflower? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
And then in this bed,
This one
going to be further spinach, and also we're going to put some broccoli in here.
Lovely.
Again, the spinach and the chard don't really mind shade, so the fact that the brassicas, which will grow taller, will be shading them is not going to be a problem.
Okay, and what's in here, Paul? These are both of these are onion beds. Okay, yeah.
So this is white onions, and this is red onions.
Yeah.
And these are overwintering onions, which you put in, as their name says, so that they overwinter. You can get onion sets now, which need to go in sort of March, April. But if you bought ones for March and April, they wouldn't do well if you put them in at the end of the season. So these are particularly strong. The soil in here, the compost in here has been frozen and the reason it's got netting over it is to stop foxes and squirrels getting in, but also to stop birds who, when they see a little bit of onion sticking out, they think it's a worm,
Yeah.
and they pull the bulb out, the onion bulb out. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a whole load of green shoots in 6 lines in here, so that's the white onions coming up.
Lovely.
In this one we've got red onions.
Sorry, say that again, Paul. Red
In
onions.
this one we've got red onions,
Yeah.
and they have taken, or they are taking, much longer to come through. There's only, I think, about 10 of maybe about 60 that have actually broken the surface.
Yeah.
And I was wondering for the last few weeks whether they had just frozen and had come to nothing. But when I took the mesh off the other day, and this is scaffolding mesh with water blue pipe that people use, that plumbers use to make a frame. When I looked a few days ago, I did see them coming through. What I've also learnt this autumn, which I didn't really, I'd heard of, but I hadn't really experienced, was what they called heaving, which was when the soil freezes and then defreezes and freezes and defreezes, and it pushes the bulbs out of the soil itself.
Okay.
So even though these are netted from squirrels and other things, the soil itself can freeze and push them out over time.
Yeah.
In here we've got, just at the edge here are some that are coming through, which are white
Let's see
onions.
if we can. Oh, they're white, are they?
There was extra white onions, so those are white onions, but you can see, if you come here, you can see in there,
Oh,
maybe there's a shoot.
Yeah.
That's a weed, that bit of grass. And there's
Probably
a
hard
shoot,
to see on the camera.
and there's a shoot in here and here.
Yeah.
So there's about 10 there.
So what are your plans for the middle here? Because that's big. Did you dig that all over? No, you didn't,
No,
did you? You just put
that
cardboard
again,
down.
We edged this out.
Let me come round because you won't be able to see.
We edged this out just with an
Oh,
edging
yeah.
tool,
Yeah.
and then put cardboard down all over.
Yeah.
And then there was about maybe 3 or 4 inches of compost put on top,
Yeah.
which has weathered down.
It's big.
It's big. We're going to have comfrey,
Yeah.
3 or 4 plants of comfrey in here, and then here,
What do you use comfrey for?
comfrey, it's really good for. It's got a lot of nitrogen in it, and a lot of minerals in it, and it's just really good to put around
So it's not to eat.
plants. It's not to eat, but
No.
it's to actually feed the plants that you're then going to eat.
Yeah.
So in sort of section from here to here, half of this is going to be 2 types of sweet pepper.
Okay.
Then there is going to be a whole row, a wigwam going that way, of double beans,
Okay.
which are called black magic beans, and they're like runner beans, but we're going to be growing those mainly to dry.
Okay.
Have. And then in this section here, this is going to be our pumpkin patch, where we're going to have pumpkin and squash.
Lovely.
So there's going to be uchi curry here, which is a Japanese style pumpkin that goes very, very orange. It's very nice. And then down here we're going to have, so there'll be 6 here. It's been very well manured. There's a lot of manure here, so they'll like that.
Uh-huh.
But when I plant them in, I shall also plant them on a mound into a mound of a circle of compost as well, which is what those bags are over there.
Okay.
And that will give them extra nutrition when I plant the plants in. These plants won't be sown till April. But these here are going to be 4 Crown Prince pumpkins, because we love Crown Prince pumpkins, which are big grey pumpkins.
Uh-huh. I'm just going to come round this way. Okay.
And then in this bed,
Hold on. Let me go over this side because. Okay.
in
Yeah.
this bed
Yeah.
we're going to have blocks of celery. So there'll be 3 blocks of celery, one there, one in the middle and one here. Celery likes to be, or should be planted in a block if it's self-blanching, so that they blanch each other in a block. And then there'll be 2 lines.
What do you mean they blanch each other?
You get trenching variety of celery, and you get self-blanching. And the trenching variety of celery, you build up the trench around them, and that makes them go less, or go white effectively.
Oh, right,
self-blanching is what we generally buy in supermarkets now, which are pale green.
Yeah.
And anything that is on the inside will have a paler green stalk than anything on the outside, so they shade each other.
Okay.
Then we'll have 2 rows of carrots, which will be put in, and then we will put another. Once they're harvested, we'll put more carrots in.
Okay.
This one is going to have raw beans initially here.
Yeah.
And then it's going to have a few beetroot along here.
Okay.
And then that's going to become another bean bed, so that will have beans in it. We're going to have Madeira maroon French beans in here, which are flat French beans. They go in there, and those will be for eating as whole beans rather than things. Again, this is another bed. We're going to have peas in here, early peas in here, followed by celeriac. And then this is going to be a carrot bed again. Again, because carrots don't like soil that's too fertile, this soil in this bed here is different to that soil there, which has got a lot more manure in it.
Okay. That's why you've got a piece of wood down the centre.
That's why I've got a piece of wood,
which I think you can just about see.
showing that they're separate.
Okay, good, lovely.
And then we've just got that thing that looks like a little bench through the trees. That's a pear and a plum tree. Those in those pots. But there's a thing that looks like a little bench there.
Yeah.
That's actually a where you can put strawberries on there. You put strawberries.
So it's
on
a plant stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a plant stand. So that's going to go here.
Good.
In the summer.
Great.
Obviously when those are all moved. And that's the basic plan for this year. And obviously as crops come out, other crops will go in. So as the peas come out, we'll have another variety of bean, maybe a butter bean, go in here.
Lovely. Okay. So, I don't want to shoot into the sun too much, but you can see it's really bright. It's lovely actually. The sun is really, really warm on my legs. I've got my skinny jeans on, and they're not ideal clothing for a day like this, but it's really nice in the sun.
On our plot, we're lucky that we've got somebody who's got 2 small ponies. 2 small horses actually, they're not ponies. And twice a day their hay and their manure gets dropped here, and then people can take that away to their compost bins.
That's great. What are you going to use that for, Paul?
It's going to go on the compost heap, and will rot down over the next 6 months or so.
Okay.